Practice of creativity require habits. Consistent and daily habits to keep inspiring you towards putting in the hours and doing the work. These habits help you not only to get better at your craft but also establish a discipline towards your creativity practice. Anything creative requires time and effort. Let's learn from the creative habits of some of the few legends of our history. Thomas Edison. We all have a huge credit and thanks to offer to one of the greatest inventors that the world has witnessed. Here are some of Edison's creative habits that he practiced on a daily basis. Go for quantity. Edison quotes, "I have not failed. I have just found 10,000 ways that won't work." We should never limit ourselves for trying out diverse options of doing things. That is what allows our mind to experiment and welcome new ideas daily. Don't be afraid to try more and fail more with your creations. The secret is to keep trying and be consistent. Don't go for the rewards associated with the outcomes, rather the joy of the creative process. Challenge assumptions. When you have exhausted all possibilities, remember this, you haven't. There is always a unique and innovative way of doing anything. We are never limited by ideas or our thinking and our imagination. Never hold yourself back to challenge the status quo in trying out something crazy and unique. Anything you can imagine and visualize is worth trying. You never know what can come out of an idea until you try it out and make it happen. Always be open to trying out new ideas. Constant improvement. Negative results are just what I want. They are just as valuable to me as positive results. I can never find the thing that does the job best until I find the ones that don't. We humans are always looking for validation from others for our actions. That is the biggest bottleneck for you in your creative journey. One of the important lessons here is to do something that resonates with you rather than going on a quest to seek validation from your peers. While doing that, you should share your creations with the world. Be open to not only positive but also negative or constructive feedback. One of the goals for our creative ventures should always be to challenge ourselves to learn and grow. Always welcome criticism and look at it from a positive lens on how you can use it to improve your creativity. Walt Disney. Walt Disney is an amazing example of whatever you can dream, you can make it happen. He certainly left a strong mark on this planet. Here are some of his creative practices that made him who he was. Be a realist. I always like to look on the optimistic side of life. But I am realistic enough to know that life is a complex matter. Despite any challenges, hardships, or setbacks, we should always have a positive lens towards our lives. Life is a struggle, and there will always be difficulties. But it depends on how you perceive those difficult situations and respond accordingly. Always be positive and optimistic towards any and all of your creative endeavors. You are inevitable to face problems while creating something new, bringing your ideas to life, or even trying to learn something. It all depends on the approach you take towards these setbacks. Be a dreamer. If you can dream it, you can do it. Never hold yourself back from dreaming the impossible. Daydreamers are the ones with the greatest of ideas. Never question your dreams and don't think that it is not possible to achieve or accomplish it. As Walt Disney said it, if you can dream it, you can do it. So stop worrying and start dreaming the impossible, followed by gradual and consistent actions. Put your creative dreams and ideas to work and see the magic happen. Be a critic. We are not trying to entertain the critics. I will take my chances with the public. This quote sends out a really powerful message, which is to ignore the naysayers. There is not going to be a single moment in life where you always get acceptance from everyone you share your ideas with. There is always going to be that group of people who is going to reject you, criticize you, and discourage you to continue doing what you're doing. Don't let that negativity ruin your mind and your focus. Let them express their negative opinions. On the bright side, there are always people who are going to show their support and encourage you to keep moving forward. Focus on the positives and ignore the critics. Steve Jobs, the tycoon behind the tech giant Apple, who introduced the world with amazing designs and great products, which every one of us experiences and enjoys daily. Let's look at what Steve has to say about his creative habits. Diversify your interests and learning. Invest time in yourself to have great experiences that are going to enrich you. We are always cautious in making any decisions involving our money. Have you ever thought the same about time? If not, you should start doing that right now. Our time is also limited like money. Money can always come back, but once time passes, it is never coming back. Invest your time wisely in this world, similar to how you do for money, and invest it in learning new skills and pursuing new interests. Enjoy the amazing experiences you are a part of. The more you diversify your knowledge, the more creative ideas will start flowing through you. Walking. It is only ideas gained from walking that have any worth. Taking care of your health is the topmost priority we should all be spending our time on. Research has shown that just as simple as walking 20 minutes a day can do miracles to your health. Alongside health benefits, the most important thing that also happens during this time is that you allow your mind to have the time and space to start breathing creative ideas. While on your regular walks, try to always relax yourself and allow your mind and body to be more in the present. Explore and observe your surroundings. More observation leads to more positive thoughts, which eventually leads to you being more creative. So start walking now. Meditation. If you try to calm it, it only makes things worse. But over time, it does calm. And when it does, there's room to hear more subtle things. That's when your intuition starts to blossom and you start to see things more clearly and be in the present more. Your mind just slows down and you see a tremendous expense in the moment. You see so much more than you could see before. It's a discipline. You have to practice it. Talking about being in the present and giving yourself the luxury of time, the practice of meditation plays a huge role in our lives. Doing any sort of meditation every day is going to be super beneficial to blossom the creativity in your life with your ideas, thoughts, and actions. You wouldn't know until you experience it yourself. Start with 5 to 10 minutes during your day. Sit quietly at a comfortable position and close your eyes. Allow yourself to immerse in the state of deep relaxation. Your creativity will automatically start to creep into your mind. Bob Dylan, man of great music and art, is this creative legend who has expressed his emotions and feelings through his amazing music. At moments when you're feeling low and facing any challenges, Bob's music is guaranteed to awaken the positivity within you and fill you up with inspiration and excitement. Here are some of Bob's creative habits to practice. Unconsciousness of creativity. It's nice to be able to put yourself in an environment where you can completely accept all the unconscious stuff that comes to you from your inner workings of your mind, and block yourself off to where you can control it all. Take it down. This quote from Bob speaks a ton about mindfulness and calmness. Achieving mindfulness is all about being conscious and fully aware of yourself and your surroundings. Ignore any unconscious thoughts that tries to jump in to discourage you. Thoughts of failures, rejections, losses, demotivation, procrastination, and so much more. We all have our unconscious state of minds filled with negativity, but don't let that stop you. Be mindful of your present blessings. Start practicing and showing gratitude to yourself. Doing this will spark and fuel your inner creativity in ways you can never imagine. Creative environment. For me, the environment to write the song is extremely important. The environment has to bring something out in me that wants to be brought out. It's a contemplative, reflective thing. Environment is very important. People need peaceful, invigorating environments, stimulating environments. Our surroundings are very essential to inspire us. If we are surrounded by negative energy, we are always going to have negative thoughts. But if we start optimizing our environment and fill it with signs of motivation, we can reach much greater heights. It could be as simple as keeping your room and workspace clean and do your creative work in a healthy and quiet environment. Removing and ignoring the distractions is what will allow you to let your true inspirations and ideas come to life. Dedication and consistency. Sometimes it's within me. It's within me to put myself up and be a poet. But it's a dedication. We all are born with some unique talents. But talent only becomes a skill when we practice it and put in the time, dedication, and efforts. First off, give yourself time to explore your unique talents. Once you do figure it out, don't ignore it or let it slip. You don't want to wait for the time when you are retired and free from the responsibilities of life, and then start practicing it. You are going to regret it at that time and would have lost all your creativity and motivation to work. Instead, start right now. Put in the work to grow yourself. Grow your skills and your talents and allow it to cherish itself in beautiful creations that are born from your creative ideas. Nikola Tesla, the amazingly brilliant and intelligent person who failed to achieve the recognition for his amazing creations. But after he departed this world, his inventions and creative ideas started to come to life, and we began benefiting them once we came to know about it. Let's look at some of his habits of creativity. Solitude is where ideas are. The mind is sharper and keener in seclusion and uninterrupted solitude. No big laboratory is needed in which to think. Originality thrives in seclusion, free of outside influences, beating upon us to cripple the creative mind. Be alone. That is the secret of invention. Be alone. That is when ideas are born. You must have observed a very common theme now in the creative habits of these legends. Most of them talks about giving yourself time and space for creative ideas, and that is exactly what Tesla is saying. Loneliness is often considered a bad thing in our society. A person with no friends is considered to be less social or awkward. But take it as your strength. As per Tesla, allow yourself to be lonely, because that is when creative ideas comes to your mind. When you make an intention to let the negative thoughts out and just start breathing the fresh air of positivity, your mind will fill up with great ideas. Visualization. In a time not distant, it will be possible to flash any image formed in thought on a screen and render it visible at any place desired. The perfection of this means of reading thought will create a revolution for the better in all our social relations. Visualization is a very powerful exercise that we should practice daily. The starting point of any great invention or creation is to think about it and start visualizing it. Dreams are often forgotten, but when your brain starts to visualize your ideas, it leaves an imprint on your mind that keeps motivating you to work towards it. Whether it's an amazing idea, a great invention, a change you wish to see in the world, just start by visualizing it and see how it makes you feel when you see the effects running through your mind. The feelings of excitement to visually see the results of your thoughts is going to drive you in a positive direction that is deemed to transform your life in a significant way. I hope this video has inspired you to look inside creativity. Thanks for watching.